Welcome, everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I'm the president of the Mortgage Calculator. I'd like to thank you guys for joining us today so we can go through our branch manager opportunity. We're definitely looking for branch managers in order to grow our team. We have over 350 licensed loan officers that all need a branch, a team leader, in other words, you guys. So I'm joined here today with our COO, Kyle Hershey. He'll go over a little bit more of the details on how to set up a branch. I'm going to go through a presentation on just kind of what makes us different and special. And then Jose will talk a little bit about what he brings to the table as far as our sales manager. Basically with 27 years of experience, he's really structuring all the deals. So he'll give you guys a good example of exactly what to expect when you meet with your team and how to put those deals together. So that will be the items we go through today. Let me go ahead and share my screen and just talk a little bit more about us in general as a lender. So we'll see here, we got a new landing page. This is the loan officer page. So hopefully most of you guys have joined our loan officer presentation. So you guys have hopefully seen all the things that make us specials, but let me just talk about kind of some of the bullets here and what it means for you guys as branch managers. So we're all about leads here. We're all about training, and we're all about our software, as you can see at the top of the page here. But let's go through kind of some of the bullet items that we have. So again, we are a non-delegated lender. So we found that that's the best business model. We've done this for the last 4 years in all the different business models. Started at FDIC Bank, which was very limiting, and went to a broker model, and then to non-del and delegated. And we find that non-delegated is the best because we have all of the options that we need because we are all about leads. So let's just talk a little bit more about how our system works and how we flow those leads through the system. So we have our proprietary mortgage software. Basically, it's the CRM, the cloud dialer, video chat, document AI, all that kind of stuff all in one. And really what makes it special, if you guys have watched our loan officer training, is where we build that in with APIs and are able to basically make it a fully integrated POS, LOS, and CRM all together. So we basically have one login for all our loan officers and one login for all of our customers. We don't have to have a bunch of different places. And basically, we've built all this software that Kyle will show you a little bit of a demo and kind of some of the back end. Definitely watch the loan officer video, which has all the details. But basically, we have APIs with Encompass, Account Check, Meridian Link, CIC, Appraisal Works, all these different places to make all the magic happen, where everything happens in one login. We are also all about training. So that's kind of where Jose comes in. And we have our remote training center, but also we love to get hands-on, one-on-one with our team. So Jose will talk a little bit more about what that looks like as a leader, right? As a branch manager, a team leader, what that means for you guys in that role. And as we go through in the presentation, here's all kind of the bullet points, just kind of line by line. We love to do our DSCR loans in over 30 states without a license being required for our true business purpose commercial. So for you guys as branch managers, what that means is your branch doesn't necessarily have to be licensed in a ton of states. So we have 20 states total for, primary second homes. And then there's over 30 states you can do without a license as well. So you can kind of mix and match and really expand your footprint as a branch, focusing on some of these non-QM leads that we do. We are all about no monthly fees. So as you guys have seen on the loan officer presentation, that's kind of what we're all about. We've built all this software from the ground up so that it doesn't have to cost our loan officers money or us money in order to add seats for every single person. We've built all the software integrated so every person can instantly get set up, instantly plug in, and not have to worry about any tech fees, desk fees, payroll fees, any other fees. We are all about leads, as we mentioned, and that's why the non-del works best, because we have 60 plus wholesale lenders where we can broker the deal. And then we have 25 plus correspondent investors where we are the lender and we're then going to sell the loan to another investor. And it affords us a lot of flexibility. And as branch managers, another key point that we don't always get to go into on the regular presentation, right, Kyle, is that there is no max commission cap on the correspondent deals. So that's a huge thing, a huge benefit when we're doing, these large multi-million-dollar deals. In the broker world, we may be capped at a certain comp. And when we are the lender, there are no caps. So it affords us a lot of flexibility and some additional revenue benefits as well. And as we talk about in all our presentations, we're all about leads. If you guys have seen that before, it's a 50-50 split on the comp for leads for LOs. Same thing for you guys as branch managers. Kyle will talk a little bit more about what that looks like for you guys as branch managers, loading that up for your team. We're all about leads. Again, we're all about setting you guys up with leads. If you guys already have lead campaigns for your team, great. We'll plug them into our system. You know how our system works, or you've seen it hopefully. And then we can also set you guys up with leads. So if you don't have a team yet, or you're just joining this, starting a branch, we can set up your branch and of course, plug in your leads into that branch, just like we do for the loan officers. So same thing we offer the loan officers, same thing we're going to offer you guys at a higher level as a team, as a branch. Support, we're all about the daily live trainings. But as I mentioned before, Jose will talk a little bit more about what it means for you guys, and that's the one-on-one, right? We need to get face-to-face with our team. We need to get them unstuck. We need to help them structure the files. We need to meet with them to kind of pre-scrub all these files as we go through them together, because we're all only going to make money when loans close, right? So we want to make sure we jump on one-on-one, face-to-face via Zoom and help them do whatever they need to do to move that file forward. We also have access to our live support, of course. Hopefully you guys have seen that. We have our Zoom room open where loan officers can jump in there anytime, get answers to quick questions. But you guys still want to meet with your team one-on-one to get them structured and get them unstuck if they're actually stuck on a file that needs to disclose. We have our online training center they can go to anytime. You guys can also add to that as branch managers. If you guys have something you need to add, we can add that to our trainings. And most importantly, our knowledge center has thousands of videos from all of our partners, including you guys, branch managers, and of course, all of our lenders, investors, all that kind of great stuff. So that's a never-ending resource that's always growing. Just posted a couple articles this morning. It's always growing in size. You guys will also post articles for your team, etc. We already talked about the mortgage CRM with Dialer and where it all comes together, and the CRM, LOS, POS all integrated. So hopefully you guys have learned a little bit about that. Now, the next step is we kind of go into just the details of the comp. We won't have to do that today, but let me switch over into the page that advertises the brokerage. If you guys want to start a branch at the brokerage. So some of the things we want to talk about always when we're talking about joining a branch is you guys are going to have all the options we spoke about before. You're going to be able to recruit unlimited loan officers and assistants. So Kyle will show you guys exactly kind of how that tree kind of builds itself underneath you. Separate tree from recruiting. Remember, you have your team as well. So Kyle will talk about that. You're going to earn revenue on all your branch loans. So all the people in your branch that are covered under your branch, you're going to earn that additional revenue. It's a 25 basis points, but Kyle will show you exactly what that looks like. And then where all the magic happens and all the extra revenue that you guys are going to benefit from, and why you guys want to plug into our system, is you guys can plug leads into our system and earn additional revenue as branch managers as you feed your branch with new leads. So that's really where all the magic happens there. And I want Kyle to take over here and actually show you guys a couple slides. A little bit different. Obviously, we can't put this stuff public on the website. So these are just a couple of slides that Kyle's put together in order to present the opportunity. So you ready to take over there, Kyle?
Yeah, absolutely.
Go for it.
Okay, so as Nick said, I'm going to show a little bit of the back end here in a little bit once we stop recording here. But just to go over it, as Nick touched on a little bit here. So what is the actual structure here like as far as compensation is what I want to talk about first. So your branch is going to receive 25 basis points comp on the deals that your branch does. Now, some of the deals like commercials, some of the stuff might be a more percentage based, but assuming it's a regular deal, 25 basis points comp on any of our conventional non-QM, that type of stuff. Now, where the real revenue is going to come in for you is the 50-50 split on leads. So the only legal way to provide leads to loan officers, other loan officers, and make a split on that is going to be to own your branch, right? And so that's where the majority of your revenue is going to come from, is the 50-50 split on leads. So for example, if you have a senior loan officer at your branch, then you're going to provide them with one of the leads that you provide them, right? You're going to be buying leads, feeding your team leads. And when they close one of those deals, it's a 50-50 split. So you're going to make the 100 basis points on that. They're at a 200 basis points comp plan as a senior loan officer at your branch. So you're making 25 basis points on all of their deals. And then when they have a lead that's yours, you're making that extra 100 basis points. So you see, that's where the lead split comes in. That's where the majority of the revenue comes in there. Now, what we're talking about here is all based on us providing you the recruits, right? What you're seeing here, this 25 basis points, this 50-50 split on the leads, this is all assuming that we give you the person because we have loan officers to put at your branch right now. Now, if you recruit your own loan officers, there is also an extra bit of revenue that you make off of the loan officers that you've recruited, and even the loan officers that they've recruited and that they've recruited, right? We have a multi-tiered recruiting incentive for every loan officer at our company, not just a branch manager. So understand there's two ways about this, right? What you're seeing here, this full comp structure, is when we're providing you the loan officer already. If you actually go get your own loan officers and recruit them to the company and have them at your branch, you're also making another override on top of all of this. So amazing way to make compensation. And the biggest thing here is that 50-50 split on the lead. You're going to pump your loan officers' pipelines with leads, and you're going to have those leads out there making you that 50-50 split, which is where you can come up with, 100 basis points extra margin just from providing some leads there. So let's talk about what this actually entails here as far as the requirements from the branch. So I'm going to talk about the monetary requirements, and then Jose is going to talk about the support requirements that we're asking from our branch managers. So the branch requirements here are going to be obviously to pay your branch NMLS fees, right? To set up your branch, you're going to pay your NMLS fees. Some of these can be a couple hundred, some of them could be a couple thousand. It depends on the state that you're in. And then you're going to be needing to be spending at least $1,000 a month in minimum ad spend to give those leads to your loan officers, right? That's really your main purpose as a branch manager, is to provide your loan officers with leads and support them doing those deals. And so the providing of the leads is the biggest part, because that's where your revenue is going to come from. That 25 basis points is amazing, and you're going to make quite a bit with that of producing loan officers, getting that 25 basis points off of them directly to your branch. But that money that you spend on leads is what's going to really come back as that huge profit margin when they're on that 50-50 split. And then the other thing that you're going to be responsible for is $100 a month for each LO for their services. This means, because it costs us to sponsor their license, costs us for their company email, their company phone number, the usage fees, right? So of course, our CRM is free. It's all free for them. All the different things that we provide them, but it does cost us money every time somebody sends a text or sends a phone call. So again, that's going to cover all the little fees here for the NMLS, their email, phone number, their usage. All the fees here is just $100 a month per LO at your branch. And of course, that's going to be more so on the back end, right? So not out of your pocket here for the $100 a month per LO. So that's how the branch manager requirements are if you're going to come on with a branch here. And essentially, you're just going to set yourself up and you're going to start spending money on leads for your loan officers to make that 50-50 split. And then, of course, as you have loan officers at your branch on the back end, you're going to be paying the $100 a month for each LO just to carry some of their costs there. Obviously, there's additional costs that we take on, but at least you're going to be paying for their NMLS fees and their usage fees and all that kind of stuff. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Jose here to talk about the requirements on the support side. So what I just went over on the monetary side is one part, and Jose is going to go through the support side. But I do want to mention before Jose goes into this that you must have the experience required for your state right off the bat, right? We can't change that. You got to have that. Whatever your state requires. Some states require 1-2 years of experience, whatever the case may be. So we're going to need that right off the bat. And then we're going to need you to participate in the way that Jose is about to lay out for you. So go ahead, Jose.
Awesome. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. So yes, you have mentioned support. You have mentioned technology, leads. So now, what we really want to make sure is that the team members do not slip through the cracks, especially when they have a deal accepted to. So we have multiple levels of support here to make sure that it doesn't happen, including as soon as the deals are accepted. There are alert emails going out for team leaders and branch managers to meet with, or for the MLO to set up meetings with their team leaders and with the branch manager, sales manager, whoever may be in line for that meeting. Then afterwards, file structure meetings that need to be completed with the MLO and the team leader before the file is disclosed. And then the file disclosure meeting where we give it one last review, scrub the file, make sure everything is good, so that now that file gets disclosed either by us or we approve the disclosure. And then it goes to be disclosed either through Minicore, if it's one of the correspondent options where we don't generate docs, or maybe if it's a brokered file wholesale channel where we also do not disclose the files, but we still have to approve that disclosure, make sure everything is in order, documents, loan structure, pricing, compliance, all of the necessary components on a file before we can give it the green light for, you know, full speed ahead. So very important. That's how we get our MLOs producing and closing loans within 30, 45, 60 days, or closing profit and loss loans, or closing bank statement loans, DSCR, fix and flip, as well as your, you know, agency, FHA, USDA kind of conventional kind of deals. So you know, we do have that function. That's one of the main things I do here. And that's one of the things that I do where I train the branch managers to do the same thing, train the team leaders to do the same thing, so that we can provide those multiple levels of support. And we do have the Zoom room actually that does offer additional support for the more basic, you know, credentials, can figure out something in Encompass, stuff like that. So, you know, we do have other means for the MLO to gain support, but you know, the front line is going to be the team leader, and depending on if there's no team leaders yet assigned to that MLO, then it'll be the branch manager to be offering those file structure meetings. And you know, I would still be doing the file disclosure meetings, but at some point the branch managers will be disclosing their own files as well as the team leaders. So, you know, multiple levels to make sure that the MLO does not spin their wheels. And that's real important to us because the technology is, you know, has to be properly implemented by the MLO, and they have to know the read guidelines to all the different programs that are out there, because we are not definitely a cookie cutter, one loan type of operation. We're an operation where the MLOs, we train them to be consultants. We train our team leaders to be consultants, and our branch managers to be consultants as well. And you know, that's the kind of business where it is more hands-on. Everybody is more hands-on in this process.
Absolutely. Okay, perfect. So, you know, just to recap, right? You're going to take care of your branch fees, and you're going to provide your loan officers with leads. You're going to get the 25 basis points off the top of the loans in your branch, and then you're going to be able to provide your loan officers with leads on the lead split. So the next steps to get started, you can email me, Kyle, at themortgagecalculator.com if you'd like. And then I'm going to drop in the chat here the link to book a meeting with us. So if you are ready to move forward and you'd like to start, talking about actually getting your branch set up, I just put the link here in the chat. This is to set up a meeting with Nick and Jose and myself. Puts it on all of our schedules so that we can talk about seeing if it's a right fit for you, if it's a right fit for us, and kind of go over everything more in depth and in detail. So if you're ready to start moving forward and getting the process started, go ahead and click that link that I just put in the chat, and that'll set up a meeting with us so we can talk about it. If you have any questions, or if you're watching the video of this, you can send me an email, Kyle at themortgagecalculator.com, or branches at themortgagecalculator.com as well, to talk about the branch and ask any questions you have.